Here I'll show you how to make your 2D drawings that you've combined and hybridized into your 3D Revit models. I'm gonna start with one of the borders that I have on my section. I want to join it and duplicating it while turning it vertically. In this case, I'm going to extrude very quickly. Here I'm picking these lines by holding Shift and Control at the same time and clicking from left to right the line work and the edges on the model that I want to move. While holding those two, you can pick any line, edge, face, point to move within your object. You can duplicate by holding Shift Control, clicking and holding the Option button as well to duplicate that line and or face, anything that you want. It just gives you the freedom to model quickly. Here I'm gonna show my process by copy pasting this section again and picking and revolve or rotating it to the vertical position, so that way I can pick the objects I want to make. So here I'm revolving this part just to see what type of shape I'm creating. I'm grouping them and I'm having my reference point to move that object back into my model. So little by little I'm building up. So curve boolean will help you a lot to create closed surfaces. So far I've been making messy geometry just to show you very quickly how to build a model. But you want to have closed surfaces so that way you can boolean them out instead of having to split or trim. Slowly building this up, I'm grouping everything and moving it into my space using the floor plate as my reference point. Another powerful tool is Isolate, which you can use in tandem with Shift Control, as I do here. Holding down Shift Control at the same time lets you move all faces together, just like I would with move face, but it gives you more ability to move everything at the same time. Move face depends on the direction of the face. If it's flipped, it won't work so well. I'm building up the rest of the model, so like stairs can be quickly made. Obviously you would need to take your time to actually make them real. Their slope is real, everything makes sense. The thread and the riser. You're gonna have to create spaces to move up and down since you're creating stairs within this floor plate that needs a rail. So to quickly make a rail, you can, holding Shift Control, you can duplicate that point and using as your reference point to do a completely vertical line if you want to. And I'm using pipe to pipe and array my rail above. I also duplicated the 2 line work that I used for the pipe from the shaft that I created with the floor plate. Lasso is a powerful tool to be able to choose just the rail that I created. I didn't group it, and to group it now and not have to choose everything else, then I use Lasso. To finish off the rest of the model, I'm trying to join everything, make everything a close poly surface so that way it's a clean geometry. And I'm gonna extrude curve along curve. Same as extrude a surface along surface. A surface along curve. You create first a polyline that will be your guide, and then you take your line work and you extrude along curve. Kind of like sweep. Sweep is cleaner, but I want to show you very quickly a more organic shape. Offset surface will help you, but it will create very quick thin walls. So what if you want something a little bit different, so a different thickness within your wall? So you want to make an odd shape inside with the second surface poly line, and I will extrude that along the same curve inside. That way we have kind of a non-uniform wall where potential shafts or pipe, mechanical, electric, everything could go through eventually if you think about it. Then you can do a planar surface with the two lines and cap it, join and cap. That way you have a close poly surface. I'm splitting the bottom mostly because I'm trying to make a level plane at the bottom of my section, of my model. You don't have to use your entire section exactly the way that you prepared it. You can kind of perform different parts to it. And that's mostly everything you need to finish your object.